Hello and welcome to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about Philippines vloggers suffer blow in Supreme Court decision. Filipino police officer robs convenience store and meets his end. Fake nursing tuition admission exposed by Reddit community. What is Cebu's mayor of the night? And why are the chickens hanging from the ceiling? Let's take a look at our main story. The Supreme Court Philippines has rejected a petition filed by several vloggers who opposed a House Representative's inquiry on fake news. The vloggers claimed the hearings violated their right to free speech, but the court said Congress has the power to investigate this information to help create laws that protect the public. In its ruling, the court explained that lawmakers must gather accurate information to address the growing problem of false and misleading content online, especially before election. It also clarifies that the vloggers were only invited to attend the hearings and that their concerns about being silenced had no legal basis. This is, of course, what happened earlier this year. What do you guys think of vloggers? What they can say, cannot say? Not just the Philippines, right? I know a lot of people have also concerns about even Philippines popular vloggers, YouTubers. I don't even like the term vloggers, to be honest, but whoever makes content online, kind of misleading people. Like, where do you draw the line? Where does it become freedom of speech? Where does it become like harmful to whoever's watching? It's definitely an area that's kind of, for me at least, a little gray, right? Like, I hate to tell people what to or not to do, but if you're actually saying something that leads somebody to commit some kind of crime or do something against like their beliefs, or just like even obviously elections. But what I'm trying to say is like, where is the line where you can manipulate the news when it's actually false and knowingly you're spreading it? Okay, I can see that. But like, if you have an opinion about something, just leave your comments down below. What do you think of this kind of stuff? Staying in the Philippines, a police captain was unalived in an armed clash with fellow officers in Marilao, Bulacan, after allegedly robbing an Alpha Mart's convenience store on November 10th. The suspect, later identified as Police Captain Ronnie Bandales Sarto, 43 years old, at North Caloocan City Police Station, reportedly fired at responding police before being unalived. He was declared not alive on arrival at the hospital. Police confirmed his identity through ID and his wife. Yeah, once again, my apologies for having to speak that way, but freedom of speech is not very welcome on YouTube sometimes. I cannot say certain words, but you got all kinds of weird stuff on YouTube that's allowed, but let's not get into that. I saw the video for this a couple days ago, and it's becoming bigger and bigger news, so I decided to share it. Yes, in the Philippines and Thailand, especially right now, actually Thailand is dealing with a big problem when it comes to their police stuff. I'm not going to say anything because they're very strict when it comes to defamatory and who they put in prison for saying certain things, so no comment there. But the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries do have a problem occasionally with authorities taking advantage of situations, so that is that. More from the Philippines, a Reddit post claiming that the tuition fee for National University's nursing program amounted to 187,000 pesos has been proven false. Now, if you're wondering, hey, Alex, what do I care about some nursing fee tuition? What? Well, let me tell you this. Next time, because I'm sure some of you guys are talking to some pretty chica here in the Philippines, talking to jubbies, talking to the gal them, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Maybe you're talking for a few months and she needs a little bit of help with her tuition and sends you, this receipt, and you thinking, hey, might trust my girl. I see an official receipt. Here's 187,000 pesos, babe. Go ahead and get that nursing degree. You can give me that back when we meet up and be in love. My point is, people can fake anything online. So do not buy immediately into this stuff. You can actually check online. You can Google it yourself. I don't know the website, but the university actually came out and said you can verify the tuition fees is free to the public. So keep that in mind next time somebody asks you to help them with their schooling and all that. Just because they have a picture of a receipt does not mean it is legit. So the receipt can be legit, but they can alter it. In this case, for example, they edit it and adjust it, the value, the price on there, because people online were quick to say it's not that much. I think somewhere between 6,000 and 18,000 or 36,000. Whatever it was about 150,000 pesos less than what the receipt said. And then Filipinos will always find a way. In the Philippines, during Typhoon Yuan, families went to the extreme mile to keep their chickens safe. Unable to leave their homes or risk losing their livelihoods, some households tied dozens of chickens into eco bags and rice sacks and hung them under the roof beams to shield them from floodwaters and gale force winds. The makeshift shelter wasn't glamorous. It looked more like improvisation than preparation, but for those families, it was urgent and necessary. When your home is the center of your life, protecting what lives inside matters too. This story reminds us that resilience isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about finding a single creative solution under pressure and doing it because there's no plan B. When I first saw that, it was kind of scary looking. I didn't know what I was looking at. Then quickly I realized why somebody would do that. I genuinely don't know how I would handle flooding up to my neck and like my whole house is being flooded. So even yesterday, I think, was it yesterday? I shared like a clip from, I give credit to the creator, of course, but like a video of just what's going on around Cebu right now after Tino. It's devastating. You know, like it's heartbreaking sometimes. If you really look at it and think about it, these are like people's lives. It's really affecting them, and they're not, some of them even surviving. The death toll is over 200. So it's not just images, right? These are realities, these are lives, and it's sad to know that this happens on a regular basis in the Philippines. And that is why Secretary Vince Dizon on Thursday said that over 40 people allegedly involved in anomalous flood control projects in Bulacan and Oriental Mindoro are expected to be jailed this November, which made the president give a speech and told everybody that's involved they're not going to have a happy Christmas. More from the Philippines. Mayor Nestor Archibald in Cebu has signed Executive Order 27 series of 2025, launching the Mayor of the Night program, a first of its kind 24/7 city service for residents, night shift workers, and BPO employees, a one-stop service center to handle cedulas, what the heck is a cedula? Business permits, health cards, civil registry, and more. Yeah, guys, just a reminder, I'm just a regular Joe Blow. There's going to be words I do not know. There's going to be permits, certificates I got no clue about. If you want real news, go ahead and check out a major channel. This is a one-man show, bro. Research, editing, filming, all that, responding to comments, which were pretty funny. So, yeah, that's kind of cool, right? One-stop shop for all your needs. A lot of the Cebu employees work in offices, overnight call centers, all that jazz. Plus, maybe somebody got an overnight shift, right? No, the other way around. Yeah, regular day shift, and they can't make it to the office, the barangay hall. So, what do you think of this? Good idea? Bad idea? I know some people are against it, but I can't quite remember why. Let's go to Thailand. A vendor at a popular floating market has been fined following accusations of significantly overcharging two visiting South Korean YouTubers. The pair purchased clothing at unusually high prices, prompting concerns over tourist exploitation and unfair practices. Local officials launched an investigation, resulting in a fine and a renewed push for vendors to display clear pricing. The situation has reignited conversation about protecting Thailand's reputation as a welcoming and honest destination for international travelers. Many locals and business owners worry that incidents like this can unfairly damage the image of iconic tourist attractions. Authorities are encouraging market operators to increase transparency, ensure consistent pricing, and educate vendors about ethical selling standards. The YouTubers involved declined a refund, emphasizing that fairness and respect for visitors are more important than compensation. This case served as an important reminder of how individuals' interactions can influence global perception of Thailand's tourism sector. Just like the Miss Beauty, Miss Universe pageant, Thailand is facing a couple controversies about that too right now. But this vendor was fined at 2,000 baht. What do you think? Vendors have the right to charge you whatever they want, or a clear case of price gouging when it comes to tourists, because it's about 4 or 5 times the price of what it should have been. Leave your thoughts down below regarding that, because I know when I traveled to Thailand the first time, it was just mind-blowing how nice people were. I think over the past decade or so that maybe have changed a little bit. Foreigners, tourism, and just us, mandem, behaving a little not respectfully in the country may have jaded and maybe damaged a little bit of Thai culture's friendliness and hospitality. Of course, this is a very generalized statement, I understand, but I'm just only speaking from my personal perspective. Let me know if you visited Thailand like a long time ago compared to now. Do you see any differences? Where do you fall on this whole vendor versus YouTuber situation? Let's do something a little different. Our feel-good moment isn't about dogs or nothing like that. The Thai police and FBI, operating under Operation 293, have successfully apprehended a European hacker in Phuket and recovered stolen crypto. This joint effort is being hailed as one of Thailand's most significant international cybercrime asset recoveries to date. The 35-year-old suspect was arrested for using malware to steal crypto trading accounts' access keys from victims in Thailand. Through crucial cooperation with the USDT issuer Tether and Thai exchange BitCup, officers froze and secured $432,000 US dollars, with over $320,000 in funds already formally returned to the victims. Boo! Amazing. It's not often we see people that get scammed or defrauded from crypto get some of that money back. Great to see a different kind of feel-good moment. Back to the fuckery. A 52-year-old German tourist in Pattaya has reported being defrauded of 140,000 bahts after buying 5 bottles of herbal hair oil from a foreign vendor on November 12th. He believed the quoted price was 4,000 Thai bahts, but was allegedly charged 4,000 euros on his credit card. Pattaya City Police confirmed the report and have assigned a team to investigate, focusing on reviewing CCTV footage and tracing the electronic payment to locate the shop and identify the vendor. Okay, again, 140,000 bahts is a lot of money, 4,000 euros. So this guy obviously got scammed. I'm not going to blame the tourist because why would you think 4,000 euros is going to be charged to your card for 4 bottles? And who confirms the euros? You're in Thailand, obviously it's Thai baht, because the individual doesn't know which country you're from. So of course, anyway, I'm obviously on the victim side here. However, on a personal note, my guy, you're 52 years old. Accept it. It's gone. It ain't coming back. There ain't no magic potion that's going to bring your hair back. Plus, you don't really look like you need it based on that blurry picture. So just accept it. A lot of girls, they're just like regular dudes that have confidence in whatever hairstyle they got. I know. Believe me, man. I've put everything on the skull of mine. Oils, lasers, freaking pills, or rub whatever on there. Nothing is coming back. So accept it, live with it, it's all good. And then a heartbreaking case has emerged in Thailand where police are investigating a passing of an 8-year-old girl found inside her family home. Authorities quickly detained her stepfather, a 33-year-old Indian national, for questioning. He has denied involvement, but police say they have gathered enough evidence to seek an arrest warrant. Investigators believe the incident happened inside the house with no signs of forced entry. The case is now being prepared for court proceedings as authorities continue their inquiry. Pretty sad. A lot of stuff like this happens in Thailand. But you know the thing about Thailand, when they commit crimes, they commit crimes. They're like above and beyond. It's like to the extreme. Like, you know, in gaming terms, it's overkill. Like, but anyway, that's beside the point. Apparently they have a lot of substantial evidence. Not substantial. What's the other thing I'm looking for? Circumstantial evidence against them. And in some quick news, the International Olympic Committee is preparing to ban trans women from competing in female categories across all Olympic sports following a scientific review on physical advantages linked to male puberty, the Times reported on Monday. Makes sense. Makes sense. You don't need no scientific review to tell common sense people men are stronger than women physically, typically. And it's not fair to compete against women. But that reminds me of something else. So, tell me this isn't the most accurate video you've ever seen.
Every freaking time.
Gay! Yeah, what's up with that? Every time I try to watch something, they gotta force this like trans stuff, gay stuff, all this nastiness on top. Like, listen, I don't care about people's like orientation. Do whoever you want to do. It ain't my business. I don't hate anybody for that. My problem is when Netflix forces it on me. Like, there's a group of 4 people or 6 people. There's always a white guy, a black guy, a Chinese guy, a Mexican dude, an Indian girl, a lesbian, a pink hair. My buddy, that is not reality. That's just, and it's, I don't care if women are like the lead roles, but now it feels like every single movie, the chick is the hero, no matter what, and men are basically useless. Like, don't get, once again, I love women more than anybody probably. Women, like for example, Sarah Connor, whoa, she could do some things. And Jamie Lee Curtis in Alien, she'll bust your head open. But the point is, not every man is useless now. And I don't gotta be like force-fed this like LGBT HDTV shit down my throat. That is why I got myself HBO Max. I forgot the name already. Yesterday. It's a little bit better. Like, oh, here's another example. I'm watching House of Guinness, right? Because somebody said if you like Peaky Blinders, House of Guinness is down your alley. So I'm watching House of Guinness, and out of the blue, one of the main characters happened to be into other men. I'm like, come on, man, for real? For real? So I'm like, this can't be. I Googled it, and quickly they said, nah, there's no proof that guy was ever a homosexual. The only thing they could link to him because he never had a kid. Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about. If it happens naturally, cool, whatever. Somebody, like, I've watched many movies where somebody's into the same orientation. That's fine, right? But I just feel like they're just really pushing this. It's been a few years. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, everybody's got to be a useless male, especially a white male. Like, I'm not even white, but I notice it. I cannot deny factual things, right? Yeah, diversity is great, buddy. Include whoever you want. But you can't expect me to watch a period piece in the 1800s as a black king walking around in a wheelchair, walking around. My point is, there's a time and a place where things make sense. You know, like factual stuff. You can't deny facts. So that is that. It's the same kind of nonsense that Google came up. Gemini was it that they wanted the founding fathers were all like black women. Like that's a factually inaccurate thing. You know, like don't get me wrong. Once again, I don't give a shit what color you are. But if I'm watching a movie, you can't tell me every single group has a disabled guy in a wheelchair, a pink lady chick, a lesbian person, and a guy that loves making out with other guys. So that is my point. Have I gone on too far for this? And now it's time for a segment Yesterday Today, where we share some of the most popular comments. By the way, guys, I have to make a whole separate video on that, just talking about some of the dumbest comments I've read. Don't worry, I'm going to hide people's names, but damn, people still don't understand how the peso exchange rate works. Not only that, it's alarming, to be honest, but that's a whole nother show. Let's not get too negative. Retired Crypto Hunter says, honestly, I'm surprised it's not over 70 pesos per the dollar. Ricardo says 59.17 pesos to the US dollar. Hello, Philippines, here I come. And Robert Cole, a longtime supporter of the channel, says, oh shit, this is not going to be good because that means the products they normally buy will go way up in price, but not their incomes. Sad. As for scammers and syndicates, ever look up how much money the U.S. taxpayer has been scammed out of by our own Congress? Kid you not, millions sent overseas to countries that don't use condoms, but they send 1.5 million a year to these countries, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. These guys are actually amateurs compared to U.S. Congress. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about the U.S. Congress, hey-oh, or the U.S. country, I'm not American, but we could all agree they send a lot of money overseas to a lot of things that don't benefit them at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you know what we're talking about. Speaking of that, the U.S. Congress or the U.S. government is back now after a 43-day lockdown. So they decided to open that up, whatever that means. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts down below regarding any other topic. But once again, if you're watching this far, you would probably know I'm not a degenerate, or what's the word, bigot. I don't give a shit, bro. I don't care what color you are, what religion you are. I just judge you based on your behavior. I judge you based on how you treat other people, and I don't like being lied to or forced to feel a certain way if I don't, right? Like that's why people get upset when I talk about the atrocities being committed in Gaza, right? So I don't give a fuck, bro. Get off my channel, subscribe, but you gotta educate yourself. And speaking of the money, that's what it reminded me of, right? So all this money that APAC is pushing for your tax, a lot of you guys are Americans. All that money going to Israel is like, what is that gonna do for you? Nothing. Because Iran is not a threat to you. Trust me. Iranians, have you seen how they respond to some of this like stuff? They fly a few drones just to make it seem like they're doing something, but they're scared. They're not gonna have anything to do with the U.S. Trust me, they cannot even compete. U.S. has more bases around the world than any other country, and we all know American military is like the strongest in the world. So you think an Ayatollah guy in the basement? What am I talking about? Am I drunk? I'm not. I promise you guys, I don't take none of that stuff. So this shit has gone for too long. I'm gonna get out before I get in real trouble. If YouTube even allows me to have a channel soon, talking about going against them and freedom of speech and such. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.